I love the water. I love the waves. I love the rhythm of the water, and particularly the ocean. Before I left the beach, I always spent one last moment just putting my feet in the water and just feeling it. And when I surfed for the first time, when I got up on the board, it was everything I thought it would be.
Looking online for resources to try to improve my surfing, and I came across the Big Whiteboard Wednesdays.
Welcome to another edition of Big Whiteboard Wednesdays.
And really appreciated the analytical approach, and really decided that I wanted to come check it out for myself.
Felt like they had a good balance of activity and recovery.
There's the whole routine, right? I mean, it's like in some ways you're constantly watching the time because you have a schedule, but you're never rushed about anything. And then sort of having that balance and that sort of intention about each thing that you're doing. I wish I had more of that back home. Out of that, I just need to surf more now, and I want to go back home.
I felt like I was living my best life. This was a bucket list trip for me. I'd been surfing for, over a decade, but I never really had any formal instruction. And then I discovered the Surf Simply, the podcasts, the YouTube videos, and it was the first time I saw, really structured tips on how to become a better surfer. This has been incredible.
So we were in Costa Rica 2008 for Buddy's wedding. We decided to rent a bunch of surfboards, and I was like, definitely, I'll go out there. So first time I go out there, I barely get on my belly, but I felt that first push of that wave just sending you to the beach. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I tumbled and I got hit and I was just too dizzy to go back. But I knew it was something that was like, okay, this is something I should do at some point in the future.
And I was introduced to it probably in 1992 in Galveston, Texas. And I could jump into waves and pretty much catch them, couldn't turn. I was lucky because we had the first North American wave pool open. When you catch that one wave, that's all it takes. And then you just keep coming back and back for more.
This week was a birthday gift from Travis. I heard about Surf Simply from him. I honestly didn't know exactly what to expect, but it exceeded all of my expectations.
I moved to Manhattan Beach and picked up surfing, just living close to the water.
Why? What was your motivation to start surfing?
Looked like a lot of fun. Being out on the water with your buddies, it's quite a rush. So it's definitely addictive.
Essentially, I started surfing about 7 days ago with Surf Simply. Wanted to get a good grounding in surfing, and then after finding Costa Rica was a place to come to. It was just a few more hours of figuring out that Surf Simply was the place for me.
Len is my husband, and I know how much he likes adventure. I'm not as adventurous, but I am very supportive of what he wants to do. And I also wanted to make sure that he wouldn't hurt himself.
I've always wanted to surf. I had this feeling about what surfing would feel like.
I love seeing doing something he's always wanted to do. And so here we are. And it was great seeing his smile, getting up on that board. And it was amazing. It was an amazing week here.
The media team was, one of the many phenomenal aspects about Surf Simply. But then to be able to watch that and marry that against proper technique and realize what you're doing wrong, that was one of the real benefits of the week, I would say. I will definitely be coming back. I'd love to have Derek again as a coach. I mean, he gave me just a few tools that I can build upon. He made a few minor adjustments that collectively made a big difference. It was a pleasure to work with him all week.
He was able to give me a lot more confidence than what I even expected before coming here. So best advice would be look where you want to go. That's probably the best advice. Look where you want to go.
I had Coach Teal. Yeah, I told her I wanted to work on cutbacks, but I also had holes that I needed to fix. So we worked on, big deal is, of course, wave reading and positioning to catch the wave. Definitely getting my stance correct. My pop-up dialed into where I'm looking down the line.
Jessie is my coach.
Tell me about her.
She's amazing. Just super patient, super encouraging, but just like had this energy to just make you want to get out there. So you kind of feel like you make a little bit of like a friend for life. And hope I get to come back one day and hang out there again.
I had Gabriel. He just had a great energy, and an enthusiasm. So I could even wipe out on a wave, but I did that one thing that he was asking me to do. He was really like, you did that one thing, I saw it.
Sometimes you're gonna be in situations like this where you think, oh man, I'm gonna nosedive. And well, you definitely can save it. Wow. All right? That's pretty cool. That's pretty good stuff.
I had Harry and Justin.
It's amazing the level of detail that Harry knows. And Justin's wonderful because he's moving along with Harry and is very encouraging. But Harry, he has a way of understanding who you are and translating this very technical knowledge in a way that makes sense to me. And he and I talked about being an instructor with someone who just tells you what to do, and being a coach who relates to you as a person and understands you and helps you to actually understand what he's trying to teach you. What I remember most is feet, hips, head, hands, right? And he said, relax. And the one time he got me to relax was I got up, I got everything in place, and he yelled at me, relax. And that's what got me to just let my body go a little bit.
Stretching instructor was, wonderful, and I do a little bit of yoga every day, and I've learned in middle age that yoga is a great exercise, and not only for surfing.
I like yoga, but it's nice to have yoga kind of without the bullshit sometimes. So, yeah, I don't think I would have made it in those first sessions without it.
Soup to Nuts is just it's a quality program, and I can't wait to do it again. Because everything was kind of taken care of. You by the time you came back from breakfast, your room was cleaned. The meals were super tasty and super healthy.
The cooking was at another level here. Every single dish had so many different components and textures and flavors, and they all worked. That was incredible.
I've set a new bar for myself. There were so many lessons and a lot of inspiration that I gained from just being here.
They were so accommodating. I asked them about the local fruits and local juices. Every time I ask for something, it shows up. And I said, get me some cast juice because we tried it, and it shows up.
There is this fruit that is endemic from Costa Rica. It's really tasty. It's kind of like a wow. So I hope you enjoy, guys. It's really great.
It was just impressive, but everything was like Jessie and the kitchen staff said, it's made with love, and it really truly feels like it was made in love, and the effort they put into it to make you happy.
What about drinks?
Oh, Diego is amazing. He made this tamarindo spritzer. Again, amazing, kind person who just wants to do everything for you to make you happy, help you enjoy the place.
It's just been a very eclectic group, and I think it's been a lot of fun to get to meet new people, hear about their backgrounds, and then also see their progression with the surfing as well. So to me, that's been fun.
We're extroverts, so it's a party wherever we go. But overall, everyone's been very supportive of improving and advancement. So it's been a good group. And also they have a variety of different backgrounds. So it's really interesting to learn their story and to find out where they're coming from or how surfing has, changed their life or what their story was.
Everybody's talking about all the techniques getting destroyed by the ocean. So it's just an amazing camaraderie. And especially the people who have been here.
I mean, surfing is a difficult sport to learn. You have to take your licks. So to do that with the group, I felt like we had a solidarity between us, that everyone was sharing, the things they were trying to learn, the white balance we had, and we were all in it together. And it doesn't matter if it was your first time or you've been surfing for a decade. There are things you're trying to work on. So I really appreciated having that solidarity of everyone.
Even though I'm the non-surfer, but I never felt like an outsider. And also to appreciate how physically challenging this is. But the incredible group of people here, they make you feel welcome even though you don't partake in their passion, but they never make you feel any less. You still feel part of the family.
Looked forward to this trip for 3 or 4 years, and there are things in my head, I'm like, I definitely want to go sport fishing. And I imagined catching a fish, and here we did.
Having Wednesdays off and doing a little activity, and we did the sport fishing with Lorenzo and Jim. That was a whole different experience. That was a different kind of bonding experience.
Everyone supports one another, I think, in trying to achieve what they came here for, and going as far as they can and pushing themselves as hard as they can. The other takeaway for me is I had never been to Costa Rica before, and it's just a beautiful area, beautiful country, and I met so many wonderful people that work here, and I just can't say enough about it. I just had an excellent experience.